yourself. Maybe let's start with that play. What did you see on it?
A couple good plays along the wall from KC and Vladdy, and then just slashing across to try and push their D out. Realized I had a little bit of extra time and was just kind of trying to bait him to waiting. I was just waiting for him to turn his feet and was hoping he did, and then just it ended up working out nicely.
Did you trip or just soaring for the photo of it all?
No, when he spun around, he got his stick in between my legs, and so I think it actually helped because it made the shot pretty unpredictable. I didn't even know where it was going. I just tried to fire it on the net, and so I think it gave Demko a tougher time to read it too, because I was kind of like falling down as I shot it, so it worked out well.
When you get even in the toe drag, you like almost feel, oh my god, I have all this time, or like how's that?
Well, originally, yeah, when I got around him, I was like, I'm going to go deke him, and then I felt the stick go between my legs, and I knew I was going down, so I was just like, I got to try and get it on net, and luckily it went in.
I mean, is even attempting that move, is that a byproduct of your added confidence recently, or?
I would say a little bit, yeah, a little confidence, understanding, when I can and can't make that play, and I've tried it a couple times here and there. It's never worked out to be a goal, but I've got around the guy a couple times. But it's just kind of more confidence and just experience of understanding when the timing of everything, and not a play that you're going to make most of the time, but once in a while, it's nice to do that.
It's a big win for your team as well, and Vancouver is obviously desperate in the situation they are. What did you guys do right as a team to do it? Yeah,
I don't think we played great for a full 60. I mean, we came out good, and then the back half of the first period wasn't great, and then got a little bit better in the second and third. But you're right. They're a desperate team. They're fighting for their lives, and we knew that was the kind of effort they were going to put forth, and we knew the kind of game they played. What was it, 2 weeks ago in Vancouver? So they're obviously a really good team, and our game got better as it went along, and started playing more direct and faster. And I think that's when we're playing our best, is when we're playing quick and fast. And I mean, our KC's goal is off a quick play from Millsy behind the net. Like, instead of stopping or slowing things down, like, he just speeds it up, quick outlet pass, and then bump back to speed underneath, and then their D are pushed out. So it's like when we play like that, like it's hard to stop that.
You also had a moment where you were kind of mixed up. I think Niederreiter had made a tip, and then there was a bit of chaos there. What happened in that scrum?
I don't know. I'm just going to the net, and I forget who it was. Might have been Hronik. It was just grabbing my stick and then gave me a quick shot, and then I gave him one back, and then just a quick scrum, but nothing too crazy or anything that came of it.
Cole, obviously now hitting the road for 3, and you're going to face some really good teams. The mentality just keep pushing forward here?
Yep. Day by day, game by game. I think that's the same thing. Obviously, we got a tough road trip coming up and play some quality teams, but we know what we have to do. We got to take care of our business, and if we play the way we can, we're pretty confident in that. And but yeah, day by day, focus on tomorrow, focus on LA first, and then move on to the next one. So that's our mentality, and we're going to look to continue this on to the road.
Describe the homestand as a whole. I liked how you played mostly against the wall, but to finish with 3 wins.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Played some really good teams, and beat Washington again. So I think that's great. And then to have 3 in a row going onto the road, it's a great feeling. Winning at home, and thought we played pretty good for the most part, and it's nice. We won in a bunch of different ways, which I keep saying is a real big strength of this team. We're not a one-trick pony. We can play any style and be successful at it, and I think we showed that this homestand.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I thought, some of the first we liked, some of the first we didn't like, and then we were building our game in the second there. And then, obviously, you got a 1-1 ball game heading into the rest of the game, and then we kind of stuck to our keys, and we knew that if we played a good, hard 20 minutes, they were a little tired at the end of a road trip, that hopefully we'd be able to capitalize and get the win, and that's exactly what happened.
It's one of the keys that you talked about, getting to about an inch of the goal line to get your goal.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about kind of getting in his eyes and, getting there when you're playing a world-class goalie like Demko's. Who's feeling it. Obviously, he's, gone through his ups and downs with his injuries, but he's a heck of a goalie, and then that's the only way you kind of can score goals when you can't find the back of the net in a game like that. Fly towards the puck in. Laws kind of kicks it over, and, there's not much he can do on that.
What does it take for a team to stay patient? Because the second half of the first half of that 5-on-3 was maybe not so good, and then you guys just stayed on it.
Yeah, it's just a proven method that we've had success with all year. We know our recipe, and our recipe works. So it's one of those things where you just got to keep believing in that and not, trying to make changes and do things different, because, there's a reason why we win and there's a way we play, and the longer we can stick to that, the better our results are.
Wondering what a goal like Cole Perfetti's does, say, on the bench. What does that look like from your perspective? It brings the fans out of the seat. Does it bring players out of their seats too?
For sure. I think everyone kind of gives each other that, wow look. You don't see goals like that too often, and obviously, Fetz is a super skilled player. So, he made the great move, and then, the finish was just as impressive. So we were all wowed, and, looking for him to smile there.
Did he?
I don't know.
We probably are all guilty of maybe just taking Connor Hellebuyck a little for granted. We almost never ask about him because he just keeps doing his thing. But he's leading the NHL really in every category: wins, shutouts, goals against, save percentage. That's almost never been done. He makes some big stops tonight, right? It's a 1-goal game to kind of keep it in.
Yeah. Like you said, he's so steady Eddie back there, and he's so calm, he's so quiet. Sometimes you do forget about how dominant he is, and, to lead the league and everything he is, and to have the season he has, or is having, and, being the MVP odds-on favorite, that's, generational player, and he's, he's our backbone. He means everything to this team, and, we try to put our best foot in front and, do what we can in front of him. But at the end of the day, we know we got the best goaltender in the world back there, and he can save your bacon when you're a little bit off. And obviously, we try to make the game as easy as we can for him. But he's a heck of a goalie, and I'm glad he's a Winnipeg Jet.
What do you expect from the Kings starting the road trip there?
Yeah, you look at their home record, and it's unbelievable. So they play a very disciplined, structured game, and kind of goes back to that other answer of sticking to our keys and playing our way. It'll be a little bit of a chess match, and some of it might look like boring hockey, but at the end of the day, it's two high-powered teams going at it, and it'll be a little chess match. But we're excited to get on the road here and hopefully keep this going.
Thank you, Mason.
liked the start of our game until after our power play was over, and then the last 12 minutes of the first wasn't real good, but thought we took the game back over in the second and the third. Played a lot faster, closed a lot quicker, did a lot more of what we needed to do, and it was a really good third for sure.
What was the explanation that you got on the coach's channel?
It's tricky because when it gets to that point, the camera, the video that we have, it looks offside. But when you touch the next frame, or go back one frame forward, it's amazing how close it is. And obviously, once they started to look at it that long, then we figured that it wasn't going to be a goal. But I mean, it was going to be a goal. But it really, honestly, we thought 100%, that it was offside. But it just comes down. That one honestly was sort of you've seen them lots where sort of the frame of it, and then maybe is this because there was a blade in the air, and was it how far was it? Was it all the way over? Was the puck all the way over? So it was tight. We would have made that call. I would have made that call 100 again. So.
And how would you describe the Perfetti goal?
Well, yeah, pretty impressive. I'm not sure if that defenseman was ready, expecting him to do that, and then the next part he makes a great move, but then that was a heck of a shot.
With the been a couple games of these new forward lines, the Lowry line just looks a bit different to the Nemesnikov line. What have you liked about the different elements that your middle six has given you over these last couple of games?
Yeah, the big thing we've talked about with Lau's line is, with him and Apple and Ehlers, is that they are still facing the other team's, top line. They saw an awful lot of Suter tonight. I thought Apple and those guys, and Lau, and I thought they were real good in the sense of how physical they were. I thought Lau was real good. He's getting so many chances around that net front. I know he hasn't scored in a while, but he's doing all the right things. And Fly gives him some speed on there. But with Vladdy's line, like I mentioned you guys last week, there it gives there's two real skill with. Again, it's two skilled guys, and no disrespect to Nino's skill, but it's also another big body that goes to hard places, and I think that we're kind of getting that out of guys again. That's part of the identity of Nino when he plays that way. He's real effective.
Just one more for me. Seeing Mason Appleton get another goal there. Obviously, there was a bit of a stretch where he wasn't scoring much, 2 goals in his last couple of games or whatnot. What's it like to see a guy like him reward on the score sheet when a lot of his efforts maybe aren't always showing up there?
Yeah, I mean they do a lot of the grunt work, and it's hard. Those guys are grinders, and they have to play against the other team's top line, and their first job and their first responsibility is make sure the other team's top guys don't score. And when you can get bonus goals like they did tonight, that's big, and that was against their first line. And I did like the fact that how we scored it, because that is playoff style hockey. Those ones where you got to go in, and Lau was in there hacking and whacking first, and then obviously Apple cleaned it up. But he's been consistent for us, and I know the pucks weren't going in, and every player goes through it. You go through a stretch. Some guys, elite guys, maybe don't go through it as long, but at the end of the day, you stick to what you're good at and the details of your game, and like that, you'll come out on the right end of it.
There is a moment where Niederreiter got a high deflection for Demko. Then there's quite a bit of a scrum there. It looks like Cole Perfetti was at the center of it, but some guys sort of stepped in and made sure he wasn't, at risk there. What did you see on that particular play?
It was a great tip. Start, obviously. I'm not sure what I kind of have an idea. Vladdy kind of started everything. Again, but it just is some pushing and shoving, but that's our group. We've stuck together, and we've had a lot of those challenges. Whether they're challenge, our top players, or they're challenging our tough guys, whatever. Our guys have done a good job of sticking together, and that's something that we've been preaching for the last few years. Is that that we're everybody on the ice is sticking together every chance we get.
I think back, comparing almost this time of year to last year, you finished with 8 wins, and some of the under the hood numbers are maybe even better with this team than that one in terms of the control of play and things like that. Do you feel like this is a level perhaps even above that?
We've been playing at a pretty high level just for 74 games, in my opinion. We've done a really good job of staying away from the low lows, and I think that the way we've just been able to focus and put a game behind us and move forward to the next one. Last year there was a little bit more. There were some tough games, some tough stretches, and obviously we finished on a high note. But I just think this is a good hockey team that knows how to play night in, night out, and they know when we're successful because when we play the way we have to play. I don't know if it's any different. You may have those analytics or those stats or whatever. I just think that we're a very confident group, and we really, from game one of the season to where we are today, that when we play at our best, we're a tough team to play against.
We've asked you about him a bunch because he's been playing well in a lot of ways, but a year ago, Cole Perfetti wasn't an everyday player for you guys, and now he's doing that. He's on quite a stretch here. Is there any one thing, it's tough, but that you can point at in his year-over-year step that makes him who he is now?
I think we have talked about him, is that his mental part of it, that he recognizes that he's going to have highs and lows, he's going to have slumps, he's going to be in situations where he's having a bad game or a bad shift or a bad period, and he's been able to get himself out of it this year faster than he's ever been able to. And I think that he's still a young kid. For his first 2 years, he didn't play in the second half of the year, he never played when the games got, and those last 20, 25 games, 30 games, when it's the highest, most pressured situation. He never got to play in those games. And last year was a good 82 games, and he built. I know what happened in the playoffs; he didn't get to play. But at the end of the day, this year he's been able to really take all those situations and been able to learn from them, grow from them, and help him not to get in sort of situations where he gets himself down or he is his own worst enemy. I think that's probably the area the most. Is his maturity mentally has been really strong.
Scott, you guys sold out all 4 home games on this homestand, 5 in a row going back to Dallas. Is there a point of pride just as a team? Like you can almost feel the correlation between maybe the fans really buying into what you guys are doing and you're kind of seeing it in terms of the environment in the rink?
Yeah, I obviously want that every night. I know that sometimes you have to earn it as well, and I just think that the one thing about the building, whether it's to capacity or not, we've been in it. We've been doing a good job of entertaining them, and it's been reciprocated back the other way. It's loud. It is really loud. You get down to the ice level, not just this 4-game stretch. They've been great for us all year long, and obviously winning certainly helps that. But it's a loud building, and we'd like that to continue.
Just one final housekeeping one, because I'm not sure if you're off or having it available tomorrow.
Yeah,
but
I'm meeting at the airplane tomorrow.
Okay.
Sorry, Brownie, you're done. I got you.
Eric, did baby arrive yet for Eric, or
Not
still
yet,
on?
no.
Okay.
Not yet.
Is the plan though that he will accompany you?
We still have a day.
Right.
Here, so we'll see.
Would you consider, I'm not sure of Rasmus's status, so would you maybe be
Yeah,
considering calling a forward up?
Rasmus is kind of back in protocol here, so he won't be coming with us on the road trip.
So you probably want to get an extra forward just to bring with you? I'm not volunteering, by the way.
We are sort of making sure before we leave tomorrow they're on that airplane, and we're going to make sure, because it's a 3-game road trip, that we have enough bodies.
Sorry, just
Yeah.
quickly on 5-on-3, what stood out to you?
What do you mean, what's it out? We didn't score. Yeah, there was a couple looks. There's a couple that we just missed. We had some wide. That seam play to Scheif, it was a hot one. Al had a great look. Fly had a real good chance, and we never got the shots off. It was just sort of buck short and a day late on it. Thanks.